Well, hello, gorgeous souls, and welcome. I'm Tara Kindon, founder of Lady Creators. And what I wanted to do is take you on a journey of Venus. So you've heard me talk multiple times about how important Venus is, how she can amplify your energy. And you hear mainly when we hear about Venus, she's the goddess of love. She's so much more than the goddess of love. She teaches us about our self-worth, our self-value. She shows us who we're attracted to, how we're attracted to them, and even why we're attracted to them. And it might be not so much just a person, but places or items that we find valuable. Well, why do we find them valuable? Venus shows us that. And this is why I love to look at Venus in business charts or in your personal chart to see how does her energy affect you in your daily life? Where do you have challenges with how you value yourself, how you respect yourself, and what you feel your worth is, especially when this comes to charging money in your business, especially when it comes to the partners you're attracting, whether that's business partners or relationship partners. Venus shows us everything we need to know around our creativity, how we find pleasure in our lives, and how we attract more of what we want as opposed to the things that we don't want, but we haven't figured out how to calibrate. So it's a process, and it's not about the perfection. It's about trying to figure the ways that really excite you in your life so you can seek more pleasure, seek more joy, and seek more of the things that actually light you up and ignite your spirit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the journey of all of the astrological signs so that you can see what Venus in Cancer looks like, what Venus in Leo looks like, and so on and so forth. So you get to know not only your Venus and how she wants to bring more abundance into your life, but you can start to look at all your, friends or partners and say, oh, okay, that this is how this works for them. Like, how fascinating. And this is where that duplication of business is kind of challenging, because let's say you have a mentor who has a Venus in Aquarius. So she's a little bit out there. She does things differently, marches to the beat of her own drum, where Venus in Cancer is more sensitive, more introspective, sometimes wants to create really safe spaces. Like, there's just a different dynamic and a different energy. So getting to know your own helps you to build that, unique authenticity. And this authenticity piece is something that I think is definitely lacking in conversation. Like, everyone talks about authenticity, but like, where do you find that in your chart? How do you embody it? And it's the embodiment of your Venus that will bring the magic forward. It's the embodiment of your Venus that will help you connect on such a deep level to your clients, to your family, to your friends, and will help you feel confident, capable, and fully alive in your business and in your life. So if you're not into business, but you're just here to learn about Venus through the signs, welcome. If you're here for business, I hope you are part of the Lady Creator community, and make sure you are by the end of this video if you are not. And without further ado, let's dive in. Hello, Venus and Leo. Let's get to it. My beautiful Venus and Leo people. Now, whether this is a Venus and Leo natally or a Venus and Leo through a transit, the energy still applies. Remember that Leo is ruled by the sun. So the sun plays a very important role in helping you as a Venus and Leo step onto the stage, be confident, be bold, like owning that center stage. So the beauty of this energy natally is it's the gift you have all the time. For those of us experiencing it in a transit, it's something we're going to really work on while that energy is moving through the month of, whatever year we're in, and she's transiting through Leo. We're going to get to play with that energy. This is what I want you to remember. No matter where your Venus is, we're always playing with the dynamic of that energy to kind of like try on that hat and see how it fits, or see where we need to grow into it. And the beauty of it being connected, Leo with the sun, is that we're always growing into this energy, So the sun helps us grow into this powerful, bold, gregarious, courageous energy, right? So we also want to look to the fifth house in your chart. So we say, okay, well, I have Venus in Leo, but I need to also look to where the sun is, because Leo rules the sun, to see what connections I have there, which will double amplify the energy. And then looking to the fifth house to see, well, what energy is in there? Are there planets in there or points in there that can really also help me or hinder me from stepping into this power? Because you're going to learn about that Venus and Leo energy, but you may be like, I don't relate to any of this, or, I'm so far away from the feeling of what that would be like to be so courageous and to own my stage and, be seen. Well, there's this element too that we all have. We're working on parts of ourselves. And since Leo is so connected to the heart, the Venus and Leo person needs deep heart-to-heart connection. And when they don't get that, or they've had someone really hurt their heart, it can affect how they show up in that buoyant energy. They may be more diminished in their light, or shy away from the spotlight for fear of being hurt. Venus and Leo people are very pride-filled. They're extremely loyal. And if they don't receive that loyalty in return, they are hurt. And remember with the Venus and Leo person that if you hurt this person, they may forgive you, but they will absolutely never, ever, ever forget it. And that is something that's hard, because the walls can go up around their hearts. And as walls go up around their hearts, it prevents them from what they're here to do, which is create that beautiful, intimate relationship, heart-to-heart connection. That's an emotional frequency connection. So when that connection gets broken or lost, it affects the way they shine their light in the world. So how can we fix that? If you've ever been hurt, which I don't know anyone who hasn't, but if you're a Venus and Leo person and you've been hurt, it really is something to take note of, because it will prevent you from creating those really deep, loving connections. And now we're not talking about sexual connection. That's one thing. And with the Venus and Leo person, they just have this really almost like sensual, compassionate, like it's such a deep, loving sexual tension that they can create, but that's not all they need. They need more than that. So let's talk about if you did get hurt. Okay. So if you've been hurt in your lifetime and you've got that heart to heart connection, it's got a little bit of pain there. So it's closed down somewhat. Here's something you can do, especially if it's in regards to a relationship or an event or something like this specifically. Anything you have still in your home that surrounds that experience or person, let's say they gave you a gift, or you still have something of theirs in your house or in your space, get rid of it, donate it, give it away, throw it out, or burn it, whatever you need to do to be complete with the energy, and put a little bit of a separation between you and that person. Because when their gifts or whatever are still in your home, their energy is still in your home. And that is keeping that heart-to-heart connection still connected with a person who hurt you and maybe wasn't loyal. So as you do this and you complete that process, it really almost liberates you and alleviates some of the pain, that your heart may have experienced. The other thing, if you don't have anything physical, you can write a note out. So write something out in the details of all the things and just let it move through you. So let those emotions flow through you, let yourself release from the pain. And you may need to do this multiple times, but even just doing it the first time just helps you to really take a deep breath and relax into yourself, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to reestablish that power and bring back that warmth, the generous, loving energy that allows you to be seen, because Venus and Leo is fierce. It is glamorous. It has an air of sparkle. I even put on these for you, Venus and Leo, because I know how important sparkle and glamour is to you, and luxury and abundance. You just have this sense of fun and playfulness. And of course, being connected to the fifth house, it is connected to our creativity. Your energy is connected to that creative piece, that passionate piece, the sensuality, the fun, children, and just this joyful play. That's the energy you're here to share with the world. And I want you to be able to feel comfortable enough to step into that, because when you can own that stage, when you can feel like you're in your power, everything can change. And remember, with the Venus and Leo person or a Venus and Leo transit, it is inviting us all to step into more creative ways of looking at problems and finding solutions that are more fun, easygoing. It's like where we get to relax a little bit. Remember, it's like summertime when it rolls through. So it's warming us up, it's warming our hearts, and it's like melting away any coldness that may be stuck in that heart space. So Venus and Leo, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so, so much for being here. And you may want to go through all the Venus through the signs to see if you have a friend or a partner who has a Venus in a different sign. How can you relate together? So again, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed.